Good evening. Welcome to Creations by Gwili. I'm Gwili. Ed's behind the camera, hopefully to catch your comments. And happy Thursday. I hope you've had a great week. We've had a good week. It's been very hot though. It's still, I can't see the temperature thing, but I think it's about 91 or 2. Let me get on here and make sure Facebook has got us. We'll see. You know, they're constantly, yep, there we are. They're constantly changing things, so you never know whether you're actually going to be showing up live or not. So I hope I can see some comments too. Whoops. Okay. Wilhelmine Porter, good evening. Thank y'all for being here. I appreciate you hopping on so early. Tonight's craft, I don't want to say it's not a long craft. I will not be on here long, but tonight's craft is going to be the same thing once I show you how to do it over and over and over. Now, it's not a quick craft. It may take a couple of days actually to get it all done, but it's really cute and you can do it with any material or ribbon actually. But before we get started on that, let's go over this cute dish towel. If you go back to my live on Monday, I took this dish towel that I got at Home Goods and made a really cute pillow with it. So I love to bless someone every week with something special. So this is what it is this week. Facebook, there's certain words they don't want us to say, like W-I-N and G-I-V-E away, and so you have to be careful what you say. But we call it our blessing bag. So to be eligible to get your name in our blessing bag this week, you need to say #flag. And this is it's a very large dish towel actually. I mean, look how big it is. I mean, you can use it as a dish towel, you can do crafts with it, you can do whatever you want to it, except burn it. Monday, we're going to be drawing a name, and that person will receive the blessing of this dish towel. Go back and watch my video from Monday night. It was a patriotic pillow. Super simple. We did it in what, 10 minutes, 15 minutes at the most. Just a little bit of fabric glue, and that's all it took. What we're going to do tonight is a patriotic Americana rag wreath. And Ed was kind of like, what's Americana? Well, it's basically rustic, primitive. There's a lot of different words for it.
A distorted flag.
I'll tell you, I went and bought this material at Hobby Lobby because I thought it looked Americana. Doesn't have white stars, it's got gold and kind of a rustic feel to it. I bought a yard and I only used probably not even a half a yard, so you don't need the whole yard. I have something else I'm going to do with this too. But I found this material at Walmart, and I think it was made by Better Gardens. You know, Walmart now has those bundles out that's like 1 yard or 2 yards, or this was a bundle of 2 yards. I probably used so far a yard and a third, yard and a fourth, something like that. So you won't need the whole 2 yards, depending on how you want to do it. Now you can, these rag wreaths, you can do with any type of material. You can even use ribbon. I wanted to do one that kind of looked like an American flag, you know, just a rustic looking for all the holidays coming up. And you really don't need anything except your material and a frame, 14-inch frame from the Dollar Tree. And then I'm going to show you how I did it. There's several different ways to do it. I'm just going to show you one that I really like. So what I did is I took my material.
And Travis and several of the ladies have said hello.
Hi, Ann. Thank you, ladies, for watching. Don't forget to put in #flag. I had to ask Ed a while ago, what did I have for the, I need to start writing it down, I guess. I said, what did I have for the mystery word? Was it dish towel or flag? I meant to do dish towel because I've got several other projects that I could use flag for. But anyway, that's what that is, hashtag flag, and we will be drawing a name out Monday. Okay, so this is just the material that I chose to use, and I told you where you can find it. All right, first you want to like cut it on the longest part. It rips. Now, that's something about the rag wreaths. You see, you're going to have all these threads. That's just part of it.
Then the Kirkendall says hi.
Hi, ladies. Thank you for being here. You don't. No, see, I think the Kirkendalls we know spell their name a little different, don't they?
They do.
Yeah. Okay, so what I did is, you can tell I took the long part of the 2 yards and I ripped it so that my stripes were going up and down when I got ready to put them on my wreath. And this is kind of a heavy material. It's not canvas, but it's heavy. And you'll also notice it's white on one side. This is not quite as white. The rag wreath, well, it is pretty white. The rag wreaths do better if you do use a material that's kind of the same on both sides. But I'll show you a trick that you can do where it doesn't matter that much, because I think it's, what do they call that material that's kind of the same thing? It's not gingham. What is it? I already forgot. But anyway, you can do this with any material, any season, you know, different colors, whatever you want to do. But if it's white on one side, you want to cut your strips a little bit wider so that you can fold your material in half. So I cut these at about anywhere from 1.5 to 2 inches. Does not have to be the exact same length. I just put it on my mat, and about, this is probably a 1 1/4, 1.5, and then I just cut several, and then I kind of go in the middle, and then you're just going to take it and rip. This is what takes so long on these rag wreaths, is getting your material ready. So this is just going to be 3 strips, and you are going to have strings everywhere. But I like the torn look. That's all part of the rustic. You could definitely cut it with scissors if you don't like the torn look. You could cut it with pinking shears. All right, what I would do once I got my material, then I kind of would just take my hands and just kind of pull off the majority of those strings. You're still going to have some strings in your wreath. I'm curious, how many of you have never done a rag wreath? Just put in the comments that you've never done a rag wreath. If everybody's done one, I don't need to explain too much other than the way I tied mine. But so you just kind of run your hands and get the majority of the strings and throw them away. I saw somebody crafting and she was saving her strings that she might use for something else, and I thought, oh my gosh, where do you have storage for all that? My strings go in the trash.
Linda Kirkendall said that she had not.
She had not done a rag wreath, okay. It's basically just taking material, rags, tearing them into strips, and tying them on the frame. You don't need to use glue or anything. Like I said, you do get a mess with the strings. See, these I had 3 strips in this thing. I saved some, you know, so I could show y'all. And like I said, I just pull all the strings loose that come loose real easy. And you can always get the rest of them later. But see, that's a lot of string for just these strips. Okay, now for the way I am going to tie it on my wreath, I wanted my strips to be about 9.5 inches. So once you've torn them like this, then you're just going to take them and lay them down, and you'll see why I wanted them that long. It's just kind of what you like and what you don't, but I'm going to do, they don't have to be perfect. You'll get about, let's see, that was 2, 3, I don't know how long my material was, but
Carrie Marie says, I've been cleaning out my craft room.
4.
The stuff that I've saved thinking I would use it, I've now tossed. Now wait, I'll need it.
You'll need it next week. So you're going to get about 7 if you do them 9.5 inches, and you'll have a little left over. I throw that away. Something I was going to say to Carrie, now I forgot what it was. But anyway, about 9.5 inches to do it the way I'm going to show you. Now you can just tie it on there. You wouldn't need them as long. I think you can do them about 7 inches if you just like take it and do a half knot. But the way I'm going to put them on here, I like doing it this way, and I'll show you the wreath because of the way it looks on the back side. It looks like it's woven.
Karen Marie says 2 garbage cans full of stuff.
Yeah, oh, I know what I was going to say. I was just going to say, do you find yourself saving boxes? You know, I'll get something in the mail and then I think, well, that's a good size box. I hate to throw that away. And then I have found I have all these boxes stacked everywhere. The Magnolia stuff, the boxes that they come in, I thought that'll be good when a piece sells, I can put it in them. And then you kind of get to the point you're like, okay, gotta quit. I mean, it's bad. I have a hard enough time storing my ribbon and my mesh and all my little embellishments.
And then she calls me a pack rat.
Well, you are. At least I use mine. You pack yours away and don't use them. Or you take stuff out of the house. Well, we might need that. I mean, I'll throw something away and he goes through the trash and drags it out. And it sits in the garage out there forever. Okay, so I have those 3 strips cut, 9.5 inches. Okay, now, like I said, this is the Dollar Tree frame. You have 1, 2, 3, you have 4 wires. You have 6 sections, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I did one almost finished so that I could tell you, you were putting it on the way I'm going to show you, and with a little thicker material, it's going to be anywhere from 30 to 32 pieces for each section. So that's almost 200 pieces of fabric, okay? That's to do it this way. You can, if you wanted just to take the fabric, turn it to where it's, you know, like that on each side. You can just take it. I've done rag wreaths this way. You may want to go down it. You can just take it to where you just start on the inside.
I'm getting it.
And then just tie. This is where I said you don't need them 9.5 inches if that's all you want to do, okay? Probably 7 inches. And you do each row till you cannot push any more in there. I've done those with the like black and gray, the gingham, and that's just tied on there. That's fine if that's the way you want to do it. I am going to show you another way, and I think it's called a slip knot or loop knot. All right, I get my nails here. Y'all, I broke every one of my nails on my right hand in the last 2 weeks. Just too busy. Yes. Okay, so what I want to show you is to take it and fold it so you don't see really the white, and then I just kind of take it and fold it like this. Then I'm going to go, and I'm using the bottom 2. So I'm going to put it over the top of those 2, bring it around and pull it up and grab the 2 ends together so that it's even, and then just pull it. Now you got to be careful with these dollar store wreaths because you could break it. So just pull it fairly tight. You see, I'm using both rows, and this is a little thicker, and you're coming from here to here, which is why I wanted 9.5 inches. And you'll see you don't really see that much of the white when you fold it in half, okay? And then just push it. All right, for your next one, you're going to take a piece of your material, again, fold it in half, and then just fold it in half again to where you've got it like this. You're going to go and use row 2 and 3 this time. First time was 1 and 2. Now we're going to go 2 and 3. Same thing. Would you call this a slip knot, Ed, or not?
Yeah, I
mean,
would.
it's just,
It's
through it. If y'all need to see it closer, I'll holler. And then you pull it. I like it because it shows the knot at the top.
looks like a man's tie with the knot.
Yeah, and then you push that one, okay? For your third one, you're gonna go row 3 to 4. And once you get this, you just do the same thing over and over and over and just push them as tight as you can get them together. So this one is gonna be row 3 and 4. Slip that knot through there and pull.
And Travis says that's the method she uses.
Okay, good. I really like the way it looks on the back, and I'll show you in a minute. All right, and then push it. You want to keep these pushed
Karen Marie says she hadn't seen this method.
as tight as you can get it. Now we're going to start over and do 1 and 2 again. And the thing, this is almost too thick because I'll show you it's harder. All right, so see, I fold it in half, and then I fold it in half this way. Go through under 2 and 1 and back up through. And I always grab my 2 pieces right here so that I can kind of pull them together. Okay, and then you're going to push that over. And you've got your knots there. Then I would do 2 and 3, 3 and 4. All right, you can see, all right, let me show you what I've done. Here's one that I'm almost finished with, okay? And you can see what we've got. And of course, you'll fluff it and you can cut and trim and all that. But when you turn it over, look how pretty it is from the back. It's almost, Ed may have to go down a little. It's almost like it's woven back here. Can you zoom in any?
Yeah, I'm in pretty close. I can go in closer, but I'm in. You want closer?
Get ready to see his face, y'all. If he touches the wrong button and it flips.
All right, that's in close.
Okay, it must be a delay there. There you go. All right, can you see here to where it looks, it's a woven pattern. But that's all I did, all the way around. And you can go out a little bit now.
It looks like a rag rug. That's what.
Yeah, kind of like those woven rag rugs. All right, all I did was one whole section in the blue material and about, I don't even know if I can find there's, right here is the section. So I only have like 1, 2, 3 rows of blue here. And I think that's enough. So I was going to do the rest of it in the red and white. But see, it puts a pretty knotted pattern around the top. I could have even gone longer than 9.5, but that's what I started and I had so many cut. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go, I ended right here at the end. Actually, this is where I started, I think, I'm not sure. So I'm just going to go back right here and finish putting my red on here. I think that's enough blue. I have plenty of blue if I decide to add a little more. So I ended down here. So under 1 and 2, kind of get them together. And y'all, like I said, it's the same thing over and over and over. That's why I say you might, this is one of those wreaths that you might just one day cut your fabric, the next day work on a section or 2, and then just stop and finish it. Now 2 and 3 is what I'm going to do. You could do this same thing by tying each one of them on you, but you would fill 4 different wires and push them as tight as you can get them. All right, now I'm going to do 3 and 4. When you get towards the end, it gets pretty tight trying to fit them in there. But if you needed to add one to fill in, you could do that easy. But each section has anywhere from 30 to 32 on it. Okay, so then I'm just going to take those and push them over as far as I can and start back at the top. Now, if you've got the material that's the same on the front and the back, you don't have to do this folding over. Oops, I lost a piece. You could cut them 1 inch and then just put them on. But I didn't want to see a whole lot. So you see a little bit of the white, but not a whole lot. I don't even know what this method is called. It should be called the woven.
And Travis said she did one of these during a tropical storm in Alabama and Auburn.
Oh, I actually did one, was it Christmas or sometime we were traveling. We were going to Mississippi, see Brad and Leslie. And I had cut all my strips and put them in a plastic bag. And before we got to their house in Mississippi, I was done with the wreath. All I did was tie them on in the car. It is a great project because you don't need hot glue. You don't need anything else. And you can do different colors, or you could do the whole wreath all one thing. Like I said, I kind of wanted it to look like a flag. And see, this material was thinner. It was easier to work with than this. It's not really red. It's almost a cranberry. But use what you got. And I had found it at Walmart, and I just liked it. I thought, that's kind of country. I can use that for a lot of different things. Because y'all know you can take material and decoupage it to wood for backgrounds and stuff.
Lisa Briley said, hello, love your work.
Thank you, Lisa. I'm glad you're here. Welcome. I'm back to going live at 6 in the evenings now, every Monday and Thursday. Not sure exactly what we're going to do next week. I have a couple of ideas, but we'll see. But we pretty much will be doing something patriotic. I think I'm going to ink a t-shirt next Monday, but I'm not positive. I still have several more patriotic crafts to show you. And you can go really fast. Once you get the hang of it, I mean, you've got them cut. And then you just you fill until you can't get any more in there. So I've done them, I've done them several different ways. I like this one because it's so pretty on the back. It'll look nice on a storm door where you can see the back when you go out. It's just hard. This material's thicker and it's hard, but it's not going to go anywhere. I mean, it's just harder to pull together, really. So once you get the hang of it, you just keep going. And you may want to do your blue a little further. I'm thinking, I don't know. Y'all know me, I have to hang it up for a day or so.
And Travis wants to know, would you keep this inside?
Yes, because it's cloth. Now you could put it on the storm door, but it would mold and mildew if you let it get soaking wet. You could either hang it in the house or definitely, under a covered porch. You wouldn't want it to get soaking wet because the material would mildew because it's not plastic or anything.
That white would show mildew bad.
Yeah. But it would be great for a storm door.
Lisa Brown.
But if you've got
Lisa Brown sprinkles you.
Thank you so much. If you have, a porch and you don't get the direct rain, it would be fine. And you're not going to leave it out that long probably anyway. I mean, you could put it out for Memorial Day and then put it back out as it got closer to the 4th of July. Then you can use it for Veterans Day in November. I think of it more as an inside decoration above a fireplace. The way I have my fireplace, I've got a clock that that we keep on the fireplace, so I don't usually hang anything right above it. But it kind of would match the pillow that I have in there. But I'm going to put it on my website to sell. So
Lisa Briley, 50 stars.
Thank you so much. That helps me pay for the shipping. That's what I use my stars for. And I was just so proud to finally be able to get stars. I don't know what the deal was. I heard somebody say you had to do 100 lives before. And I felt like I had done more than 100, but I'm sure I haven't. All right, and sometimes you might still have some strings that you've got to pull loose. But that does help with the shipping, which has gotten absolutely crazy. Ed planted some tomatoes, and he likes to cover them with his netting so the birds don't eat them. And he was just fussing today. He got his box. How many things of netting was it? 3 maybe?
Yeah.
And it cost him almost as much shipping.
It cost me more shipping.
More shipping than he paid for the netting. And he's like, this little box was $30. I'm like, well, they don't go by the weight anymore. They go by the size of the box. It really hurts us wreath makers because your wreath doesn't weigh that much. All right, we're going to get really tight here. And I'm just going to push it up there.
Ann Travis says she loves her wreath.
Okay. This is kind of where you get in the area that if you have to fill in a little, like I may just add a blue right there to kind of fill in. And I don't know that I'm going to get this between these two because, you know, you've got more room at the bottom. So see, I've got a gap there at the bottom. And I don't, yeah, I think I can do it. You just push it really hard and get it up in there. Okay. But I think, let me get a blue piece here.
Kelly Marie says been seeing a lot of people not getting the funds from their stars. Also, folks who sell their Facebook business page
Hadn't been getting what?
getting their funds.
Really? Well, see, I hadn't tried to get any yet. What is Facebook doing with them?
I don't know. That's Carrie.
Yeah, I hadn't heard that. Like I said, I haven't been getting them that long, and I haven't tried to cash them out. There are going to be some mad people. Okay. Let's see, this one I'm just going to tie on that 1 instead of 2, just to fill in a spot there. And then I'm going to do another one on that second row. Now on it, I may squish those over because, like I said, this blue is a little bit thinner, a little more forgiving here. And if you decided you want to cut your strips longer, you know, to give more out here, this, you know, wouldn't flop real easy because
Lisa Briley said they keep 80%.
Facebook keeps what?
Lisa said 80%.
That doesn't seem right, does it?
Facebook is Facebook.
Yeah, I'll have to check that.
Sandra McCoo says, hello, first time here.
Hey Sandra, welcome. Thank you for joining us. I hope you'll come back. See, this one I'll probably cut a little bit here, and I want to show you the difference. This one I did not do 2 rows, and see how it will do that. I might tack a little bit of glue and make sure it doesn't. I just need it to fill in here. But see, these others aren't going to do that because you've doubled. But anytime you just have it around 1 wire, That's why if you do all the wires together, it's full and you can really go shorter and pull them up and fluff them. This one I wanted more, it'll lay down a little bit, but I will fluff it. When you're done with it, you fluff it, you pull them up, you do whatever you want to do, and then go around and trim it. But, all right, let's see, it would kind of be like that, right? Yeah. All right, so that's kind of what you have. Okay? And I will take it and I will trim off a few of the strings and maybe, you know, cut it where it's a little more evener around the edges. But that's pretty much, it's that one technique over and over and over. And I just like it. Because like I said, it's pretty on the back, even. And it does look like those rugs that they weave and lay down. Now I thought, I don't know if I will, this is one of those things, I'll have to think about it. I have some rusty stars, but some of them are too big.
Thanks for the hearts, ladies.
What I thought I might do is just go back. I think
Sandra
it doesn't
McHugh.
need a bow.
Sandra McHugh said she loves doing rag wreaths.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun. But I don't want huge. I may go and just hot glue a few of these little rusty stars on it. I have a couple of different sizes here. I think I probably will tomorrow. I will probably, what do y'all think? I think that just kind of adds a little bit to it. Just to put
Kiera
a few.
Marie said like the rusty stars.
I like the rusty stars too. And you know, you could have even incorporated in between some of these a little bit of raffia. Probably would have looked cute too. But I think I probably will hot glue the stars on it tomorrow.
And Travis says she's going to church tonight.
Okay, Ann, if you have to leave, I appreciate you coming.
Sandra McHugh said 50 stars.
Thank you, Sandra. Y'all are sweet. I'll have to do that, checking that out with Facebook, because, I mean, if they keep, that just doesn't seem possible that they could keep 80%, because you have to buy stars. I can't imagine that Facebook would keep that big of a percentage. But I will do some research and figure it out. Okay, I think probably tomorrow when I hang it up and trim around and get it straight, I will add these rusty stars to it. It won't be 13, but it'll just be a few here and there. But that's it for tonight, ladies. Little, short, and y'all know my goal is to show you cute home decor that you can do and it not be very expensive. And I try to do it with things that you can find just about anywhere. I've made a couple of trips to Target and was able to pick up a couple of things from there. They call it their dollar bin, but it's usually $3 or $5. So I've got some good ideas that I'm going to work with those. But this is very simple, and like I said, you don't have to do Americana. You can do any material this way. You could do ribbon, you just basically have to decide how long you want it, and that depends on how you're going to tie it. If you do this method, it takes a longer strip because you've got to go around 2 different wires to do it. So, but it didn't take even a half a yard of this one, and probably a yard and a fourth, maybe a yard and a half, no more, of this one. So that would be, you probably 2 yards or close to 2 yards if you just did one pattern of material to make one this size, I'm thinking. So, and it turns out being about 18 inches So that's pretty good. It added about 4 inches. So, all right, well, ladies, thank you for joining me tonight, and I will see you Monday night at 6. It'll be something patriotic. I'm not sure what yet, but
Sandra McHugh want to know how wide you do your fabric.
I did it about anywhere from 1.5 inches to 2 inches because it's really white on the other side, and you want it wide enough that you can fold it, so it kind of is the same on both sides. If it's the same on both sides, like some of the gingham fabric is, probably 1 inch is plenty wide enough. But that's the reason I did this anywhere from 1.5 inches to 2 inches wide. It was kind of thick, so most of them are probably 1.5 inches, because I think I tried 2 inches and it was a little bit thick on here. So
She said thank you.
you're welcome. Thank you for being here. All right, ladies, I'm going to go, and I will go back through and read your comments and answer any other questions you have. Don't forget, go back, if you did not go back and see the video from Monday, go back and watch it, because you can still use #flag on that video. We take that video and this video, put all the names in a bag. Monday we will draw, and then we'll start with a different blessing on Monday for next week. So this week, if you didn't see it, it's this dish towel, American flag dish towel that you craft with, or you can just use it as a towel. It's really cute. All right, ladies, we'll see you Monday at 6. Bye-bye.